Hello, Cleves, or shall I say hola, Cleves? Because our piece today has Spanish influence, or particular from Puerto Rico, because we're going to learn all the rhythms and the percussion from a piece by Leonard Bernstein, who wrote a piece for a musical West Side Story. Give me a wave if you have heard of the musical West Side Story. Now, give me a wave if you've heard of Romeo and Juliet. It's pretty much the updated 1950s version of the story of Romeo and Juliet, about these two different families. Two of them fall in love, and there's a little bit of a clash there, and there's some fights. There's fights go on, and lots of sort of energy throughout the whole musical. Now, this piece is known for its fast energy and lots of exciting rhythms. Okay, this piece is called MAMBO, because every time you hear you have to shout MAMBO, and that might happen several times throughout this singing assembly today. But before we do any percussion, let's do some singing. So I want you to get up off your seat, but make sure the seat is behind you, because you're going to have to be going up and down from it in this song. We've done this before. This is My Bonny Lies Over the Ocean. We're going to do it twice through. The first time's a little bit slower than the second, okay? So get yourselves ready. Here we go. My Bonny lies over the ocean, my Bonny lies over the sea, my Bonny lies over the ocean, so bring back my Bonny to me. Oh bring back my Bonny to me, to me. Bring back my Bonny to me. Fabulous. Are you ready to speed it up and go up a little bit as well? Here we go. Get ready, guys. My Bonny lies over the ocean, my Bonny lies over the sea, my Bonny lies over the ocean, so bring back my Bonny to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonny to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonny to me. Mambo! So are we ready to create some Latin American inspired percussion? This is what you're going to need. Now, if you're in the classroom, then you're just going to have to improvise with different stationery and things that you've got on your desks. If you're back home, then we are going to try and find these different things that I've got here for you in your house. And there'll be time to pause the video and go and find those things, okay? The first part we're going to learn to play is the clave part. And you will need 2 Tupperwares. Preferably something along the lines like this, so it's circular, but anything like these Tupperwares will work, that you take to school for your lunch. And we're going to play the clave part with these by hitting them each end on the bottom. Okay, the next part you'll need is a bass drum of some sort, or a conga drum. Okay, so a big plastic tub of some sort where you're going to be able to hit it in the middle, something like that. Okay, the next part you are going to need is 2 plastic tubs of different sizes. So maybe a jug or 2, a measuring jug. Make sure it's plastic, not glass. Okay, and you've got 2 like this, and we're going to play the part of the bongos with these. So we get two different sounds, okay? And the last thing that you will need is you will need a cheese grater and a spoon, because we're going to play a percussion instrument called the güero, okay? And we're going to play something like this. Something like that, okay? So they are the four things that you are going to need. Cheese grater and a spoon, two jugs like this, or Tupperware, something that's going to make two different sounds. The conga drum. And something that's going to make a clave sound, okay? They're your four things. Pause the video now and go and find something to play. So let me talk you through the first part which we're going to learn. It's the clave part, okay? And because you've got your improvised versions of claves now, you can play the clave. So I want you to say this rhythm for me. I can play clave. I can play clave. With me. I can play clave. I can play clave. Now let's swap it round. Let's go clave. I can play clave. I can play clave. I can play. That's the rhythm that you're going to do. Clave. I can play clave. I can play clave. I can play clave. I can play. That's the first part. So the next part you're going to learn is the conga drum part, okay? Now, I want you to say with me, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now, imagine hitting the drum, but missing out the 2. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. So you're going to only hit on the 1 and the ands. You're going to miss out the 2. 1 and 1 and 1 and, etc. With me, here we go. 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and. Brilliant. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Are you ready for the bongo part? It goes like this. 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and. Brilliant. So we've got 2 on the smaller jug and 1 on the bigger one. Like this. 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So the only time you play this is on the last and. This is on 1 and 2. And you might find it easier to put these on a table or play them in between your legs. Okay, I'm playing them up here so you can see them. Okay, let's try that one more time. It goes 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Brilliant. Oh. Who's this guy? MAMBO! Have you finished? Thank you. Are we ready to turn a cheese grater into a musical instrument? Now, if you're doing this in the classroom, as I've said before, improvise with something, okay? If you're doing it at home and you've got a cheese grater, make sure you're using a cheese grater that has sort of slightly smaller holes, not the big holes like this, and obviously be really careful when you're holding them because you could hurt yourself, all right? We want to use the side which sort of would normally grate our Parmesan. Instead of our cheddar, okay? So something that's going to grate that Parmesan. And our rhythm goes like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Good. So you saw me hit on the 1 and the 2, and on the ands, we scrape, okay? So let's give it a go with me. 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and simples. I think we're ready to put together a masterpiece now. Okay, so you might hear that occasional, I won't say the word. Oh. Mambo! You might hear that occasionally, okay? If you do, shout mambo, all right? Each part builds up one at a time, okay? So if you're playing that rhythm, you'll see the instrument that I use, and hopefully you can know which video to follow, okay? Good luck, everyone. Here we go. So, is everyone ready? Here we go. Mambo! 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 Hopefully you enjoyed that fun performance of Mambo by Leonard Bernstein. Bernstein was quite an interesting character, actually. He's famous for conducting an orchestra with just his eyebrows. No hands, just conducting with his eyebrows. Imagine that. Now, we're going to hand over to 3 Cleves musicians now. The first being George, who I think has stolen Amy's trumpet and now is going to play the national anthem. We are then going to hear from Amelia, and then to finish this concert of Cleves musicians, we've got Rose playing arabesque on the piano. So enjoy, everyone.
This is a piece called Arabesque.
Three incredible performances from our Cleves musicians. I hope you've enjoyed your assembly today. I must say a massive thank you to BBC 10 Pieces and also Stephen Wibley from the BBC Concert Orchestra, who helped teach me all of those amazing percussion things you've done today. More information and things about Leonard Bernstein and West Side Story can be found on the BBC 10 Pieces page. And I'm going to leave you with this amazing performance from Joel and his family. He's managed to get his whole family to do the percussion challenge from a few weeks ago. So enjoy, everyone, and have a fabulous week.
1, 2, 3, 4.